You can eat bowls of spinach and expensive cuts of beef every day and still feel completely exhausted. The problem is, swallowing iron and actually absorbing it are two entirely different biological processes. Iron is the essential building block for two specific proteins, hemoglobin and myoglobin. They act as the primary transportation network for your body, binding to oxygen in your lungs and delivering it deep into your muscle tissue and brain cells. When that supply chain fails, you experience cellular suffocation. It manifests as chronic fatigue, persistent brain fog, shivering when others are warm, and pale skin. This specific transport breakdown, happening directly in your bloodstream, is often the hidden driver behind an afternoon slump or constant exhaustion. This biological vulnerability makes iron deficiency the single most common nutrient deficiency in the world, hitting high-risk groups with specific intensity. Active female athletes are exceptionally vulnerable. They face a compounding biological drain. The high metabolic demands of intense training paired with regular menstrual blood loss. Distance runners also face a unique hazard called foot strike hemolysis. The physical trauma of hard foot strikes on the pavement actually crushes and destroys red blood cells right inside the vessels of their feet. But the risk extends to anyone relying on high-carbohydrate, meat-restricted diets. For this group, the struggle isn't physical trauma or blood loss. It's a chronic reliance on a chemical form of iron that the human gut struggles to process. Your risk of deficiency is governed less by how much you eat and more by the specific chemistry of the food on your plate. Dietary iron exists across a sharp biological divide: the highly efficient heme iron and the inefficient non-heme iron. Heme iron is derived from animal sources like red meat, fish, and poultry. It enters the digestive tract as a priority nutrient, with the body absorbing 15 to 35% of it regardless of what else you eat. This chart shows a stark contrast. Heme iron reaches 35% absorption, but non-heme iron from plants maxes out at 2%. One of the most common nutritional mistakes is eating a bowl of iron-fortified cereal and washing it down with a glass of milk, as the calcium directly interferes with the iron absorption. You can bypass these barriers with a targeted biochemical intervention. Introducing vitamin C, like eating bell peppers or squeezing lemon over greens, releases the iron from the phytate bonds, so your body can finally use it. Optimal nutrition depends on how you pair your foods, not just the total amount of a mineral printed on the nutrition label. Sometimes dietary optimization is not enough. When hemoglobin levels drop too far, targeted supplementation is often necessary to restore your iron stores. But unlike water-soluble vitamins that you safely pass in your urine, the human body has no efficient way to excrete excess iron. Taking high-dose supplements without a diagnosis is dangerous. Excess iron in your tissues creates toxic free radicals. They act like internal rust, attacking and degrading your liver, heart, and internal organs. If you do supplement, you must choose the right compound. Inorganic forms like ferrous sulfate can oxidize and destroy vitamin E in your system. Instead, organic forms like ferrous gluconate or ferrous fumarate leave your other vitamins intact. Introducing raw iron into your digestive tract is a serious biochemical intervention that requires clinical precision, not guesswork. To manage your iron levels effectively, follow 3 rules. First, strictly separate your coffee and tea consumption from any iron-heavy meals or supplements. Second, never combine dairy products or calcium pills with your primary source of daily iron. Third, always pair a source of vitamin C with your plant-based iron to increase its bioavailability. But resolving one mineral crisis can trigger another. Flooding your gut with iron creates a new biological conflict by chemically interfering with your body's ability to absorb zinc. Managing how your body processes these minerals ensures that the iron you consume actually reaches its destination.